Fortnite Summer 2025 is officially over today, the event at least, and it seems a little bit anticlimactic. We're officially at the end of Fortnite Summer 2025 event, and honestly, I feel like it already came and went without much of a splash or much interest or really much engagement overall in the community. These are supposed to be the big seasonal moments where Epic usually gives us something fun, creative, or even just flashy, but this time it felt a little bit watered down and not nearly as exciting as I expected it to be. You know, most of the excitement this summer for this event didn't even come from the official Fortnite 14 Days of Summer event. You know, Blitz Royale and Squid Game Reload map had all of the excitement and buzz. They weren't even part of the core event, but a lot of people, including myself, kind of attributed them to that to make the summer event feel a little bit better. But when you actually step back from what they added in terms of gameplay stuff that wasn't related to summer like Blitz and Reload, the fog clears and it really just looks like this was a throwaway sort of event and kind of highlights how downhill the summer events have been since they began around 2018-2019. Now, just to expand a little bit on what I said, let's start with the obvious. You know, the best parts of this summer had nothing to do with the summer event itself. And obviously, guys, I know Fortnite summer isn't actually over. Just Fortnite Summer event is. The actual summer itself is still going on. It's only July, of course, but Blitz Royale dropped and completely took over. You know, more players than Core BR at times, fast matches, weekly changes. It became the main draw. And I talked about this in one of my earlier videos in my review of Blitz Royale. If you want to watch that, it's in the top right of your screen here. But it was huge overall. We had a lot of stuff. Additionally, the Squid Game Reload map came in with a surprise crossover, limited time map exclusivity, and even a full cosmetic set for Squid Game. Something that has been highly anticipated in Fortnite since the release of Squid Game, in my opinion. That was huge. But here's the thing, you know, Epic never promoted these as part of the Fortnite Summer event. That makes the actual event feel even smaller by comparison and means that we can't actually contribute these gameplay stuff to a Fortnite summer event. Now, overall, you guys, in terms of the actual rewards, they were a letdown in my opinion, and I don't think there's really much refuting that. The 14 Days of Summer branding returned for the first time since 2019, I believe, which was a very nice touch, and I'm very glad that they did that, but the rewards just didn't live up to the hype like the cosmetics themselves. We got a pickaxe, a couple of emoticons, and the cactus back bling. That's basically it. You know, most of it felt like filler, just tossed in to say that they did something. Let's be honest, you guys, emoticons, sprays, stuff like that really aren't used. The cactus back bling is probably the only thing that caught my eye. That was really cool, so I'm glad that they did add that in there. But if you guys haven't been able to tell, and I always compare it to Chapter 2 Season 7 Summer event, because I feel like that was the best one, the difference in rewards and the quality of rewards have just slowly went down ever since Chapter 2 Season 7 Summer, and that is really, really disappointing. Now, I was genuinely excited to see the return of Zeus's Thunderbolt and Hades Mythic, which had been teased to come back and were apparently going to come back in the 14 Days of Summer, but Epic swapped them last minute for the Tactical SMG and the Tactical AR. Now, that rotation change wasn't even explained. You know, maybe it was a bug or something like that. It felt like Epic either forgot or just made like a weird balance call, and it killed a lot of the excitement that was building for me in particular. A lot of people are saying that it could possibly be due to bugs, but the thing is those Hades Mythic as well as Zeus's Mythic were just in Blitz Royale, so I don't really buy the excuse that there was a bug that was wrong with them that prevented them being added into Core BR. Now, one of the weirdest things about this event is that it barely felt like an event at all. You know, there was no trailer, there was no splash screen, there was no promotion images, not even really a clear theme to begin with. Compare that to summer events in the past. There were cinematic trailers, there were in-game teasers. This time it was just a small tab with a quest list, and this seems to be a recurring theme with Fortnite summer events, which is very sad to see. There weren't really any creative maps, there was not really much community push, no real hype at all. If you weren't actively checking the quest tab, you might not even know it was happening, to be honest. If you don't play Fortnite very much and you're not really checking your quests or anything or checking the news, and you don't know that this happens every single year around summer, you may have not even known that this is happening, and it came and went without you even noticing it at all. But despite the weak summer content, this season has been fun thanks to everything around the event. You know, this event, the summer event in Fortnite, has been fun because of Blitz Royale and Squid Game. You know, the fast gameplay, wild loot systems made it one of the most replayable modes Epic has ever dropped. The Squid Game Reload map was a great collab that caught people off guard, including me, and added something fresh. Even though it had nothing to do with summer, it still was a lot of fun. It's weird that all the best content was, I guess, kind of siloed off from the actual seasonal celebration. It made the core event look way worse by comparison, especially when you realize that Squid Game and Blitz Royale were not actually a part of the actual summer event itself at all. So yeah, you guys, Fortnite summer event is basically over, and it's over today, and honestly, it didn't really feel like much of an event at all. You know, Blitz and Squid Game saved the event, but if we're just talking about the official summer content, it was a major letdown. And I'm not going to act like Fortnite doesn't care about seasonal events because their Christmas and winter events have been going crazy. I would just like to see a little bit more promotion and a little bit more creative stuff going on with the summer events. I think they need to bring back some of that magic. Summer used to be kind of a big deal in Fortnite. Now it just feels like another additional quest line. But let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. How did you feel about this summer event? Let me know. Drop a like on today's video. You watched all the way to the end. You must have enjoyed, so drop a like. Subscribe to the channel. I make videos like these every single day. Use code PROZEROYT in the Fortnite item shop to help support me further, and I will see you all in the next one. Peace.